If you've been telling yourself, I would be working out more and eating healthier if I could only afford it, I guess I have to call you out. There are so many ways to work out and eat healthy even when you're on a budget, which I took advantage of and still do, to save money while staying fit and healthy without much effort, because I'm a lazy person. And in this video I'm sharing how I did that and how you can do the same. First, let's talk about food. One of the most powerful nutrition tools to get leaner is protein, i.e. eating enough protein. But protein sources tend to be pretty expensive, or at least more expensive than cheap carbs like pasta or bread. So a very efficient thing you can do here is to swap from expensive protein sources like meat to less expensive ones. And I'm not saying you should switch to cheap meat, because you should not do that, but instead swap the meat, or at least some of the meat, with cheaper options, like for example dairy. My absolute top dairy favorites are low-fat Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. Those two have a lot of protein per calories, and they're also relatively affordable. And there's tofu, soy chunks, soy products in general, canned fish like tuna or sardines. Sardines are incredibly healthy on so many levels, and legumes like beans and lentils. The only thing with legumes is that while they do have a good amount of protein in them and also fiber and other good nutrients, they also tend to be relatively high in calories. My absolute favorite here are lentils, because they have the highest amount of protein and they're very versatile. You can either eat the lentils as lentils, but you can also eat products made out of lentils, like for example lentil pasta or lentil crackers or lentil cakes, however you call them, like rice cakes, just made from lentils. And these lentil cakes are an amazing snack for in between, and they're also very lazy friendly because you can just eat them right out of the package. But other than that, also kidney beans, black beans or cannelli beans do have a good amount of protein in them, and are pretty affordable. I'll link you some of my favorite affordable protein sources in the description below, plus also a link to a PDF that I created where I rank all of the top protein sources by their protein content per 100 calories and their cost per 30 grams of protein. Another awesome way to save money and time and effort in the kitchen is to buy frozen fruits and vegetables. These are, first of all, almost always cheaper than the fresh versions. Second of all, they last longer, so you don't have to throw away as much or anything at all, hopefully. And third, they're very convenient because you don't have to cut them. You can just put it in the pot or the oven or the air fryer. And also, they often have more nutrients than the fresh versions, because frozen fruits and vegetables usually get frozen right after harvesting, and through that contain most of their nutrients when you eat them. It also really helps to have 3 to 5 go-to recipes for breakfast, lunch and dinner, so that you don't have to think about what you're going to cook or what you're going to make and end up ordering in because you don't have the headspace or the motivation to prepare something yourself. And in those go-to recipes, use affordable protein sources and frozen fruits and vegetables. Another thing that helps a lot is to cook in bulk or meal prep some protein sources and some healthy sources of carbs like brown rice or sweet potato for the upcoming 3 days. And if you want to store it for longer than 3 days, just freeze it. Another good thing about freezing carbs like bread or rice is not only that it's convenient, but when you freeze those carbs, the starches in those carbs turn into fiber, which makes the carbs even healthier for your gut. And also, it reduces their calories. Speaking of freezing, try to buy in bulk what you can buy in bulk and freeze it. Same thing goes for if you've bought too much. Instead of throwing it away, freeze it and eat it another time. It also helps to not go to a restaurant with your friends, but to cook at home. But if you're like me and you just love going to restaurants just because of the vibe of it, what also helps is to just order a cheaper appetizer at the place and get your nutrients and your protein in beforehand. So what I like to do sometimes is to just have some vegetables and some protein like chicken or tofu at home, and then I go to the restaurant and only have a starter or a cheaper carb meal like pasta. But I don't have to worry about my nutrients or my protein because I already had that before. And proteins like meat and stuff and salads tend to be a bit more expensive than the cheap pasta or soups at the restaurants, or in general the less healthy stuff. Another very easy health hack that is very cheap that you can do is to add dried herbs and spices into all of your meals, because herbs and spices have so many health benefits because they're antioxidants and they're anti-inflammatory, and also they make basically every meal more enjoyable, even if it's healthy. And one tip that's maybe kind of obvious, but I do have to mention it, is to drink more water, because water is free, at least if you can drink your tap water, but also if you have to buy it at the store, it's pretty cheap. And drinking more water, at least 2 liters, even better 2.5 or 3, has so many health benefits, and it's so easy to do and free or very affordable. Now let's talk about exercise. I think my leg just died. Oh, it's even worse when it wakes up. Let's just let it sleep. Okay. Oh, this is unbearable. Oh, damn it. I can't even move. And now let's talk about exercise. When I really had to watch my budget, I did not go to the gym at all, but only did home workouts. And home workouts can be really effective if you do them right. And my absolute favorite YouTube workout channel is the one by Pamela Reif, because I think her workouts are incredibly efficient. But I also really like Move with Nicole for more calmer Pilates or yoga workouts. And if you feel like you can't get yourself to do those home workouts, what can really help here is either a plan that's made for you, for example by Pamela Reif. She also offers free workout plans where she says exactly which of her videos you're supposed to do on which day. But if that's not enough and you really need a person that tells you to work out or to, in general motivate you, it helps to have an accountability partner who does the same workouts with you, either at your home, for example, your roommate or your partner or whoever, or to just FaceTime a friend who also needs an accountability partner, and you just work out your home workout, you do your home workouts together, side by side, laptop by laptop, phone by phone, whatever, and motivate each other. And what I think is also a very, very nice thing about home workouts is not only that it's free, but also you don't really need much time, because you don't have to go anywhere, to a class, to the gym, but you can just roll out of bed, onto your mat, and work out. And that makes it also very easy to include it into your daily routine, no matter how busy your day is. Because especially if you do it in the morning, there's no discussion. The first thing you do is work out. Maybe have a little snack before that and then work out. And for the ones who think that body weight exercises are not enough, they can be very efficient. But if you feel like that they are not working for you enough, you can always add weights or things like a mini band, especially when you do Pamela Reif workouts. She also has extra tools like that included in her workouts. Another thing you can do is outside workouts, either with friends, for example, at a calisthenics park, or just, on the grass, doing some jumping jacks together. But also if you live in a big city, there might actually be free outside work classes happening in your city. Just Google it. You'll be surprised how much free stuff there's actually to do. Next to those strength training things, which I think you should do because strength training is very important for everybody, you can obviously also do cardio, which is good for your overall health in general and especially your mental health. And the good thing about cardio, you can really do it very easily for free by either running, or if you don't really like running or have unstable knees or whatever, walk. Walking is so powerful and so underrated. It has incredible effects on our physical and mental health. And it also helps with burning calories, as does running, obviously. And if you walk to places instead of taking the car, you don't only burn calories, but you also save money because you don't need the car or the metro or whatever. Other than the food and the exercise thing, 2 things that you can do that are 100% for free that have an incredible effect on your overall health and also on how well you build muscle and lose fat, and that is sleep and stress reduction. Sleeping enough and sleeping well, aka sleeping in darkness, in quietness, having consistent bedtimes, as well as stress reduction, which is a complex thing by itself, I know, but if you try to reduce your stress and sleep better, you're helping your body in a very free way. So these were the hacks how I stayed fit or got even stronger while not going to the gym and while being on a very tight budget. And I hope they help you as well. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe if you want more helpful tip videos like these. And I will see you in my next one.